Hello again. So Disney have finally got around to picking up the Netflix Daredevil series, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. Because I did want more of it, but it's Disney Marvel, and part of me inside is screaming, "No, no, 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 wait. Because it was a show that I liked a lot, and oh boy is it timely as we enter the year 2025 to pick a series back up that's been mothballed since 2018. So longer than a degree in medicine takes to do in the UK, but only less than half the time at minimum estimates it will take Bethesda to make the game Fallout 5. So the series is not exactly on the boil, is it? It's more that it went stone cold years ago, and then things started growing in the water. And then all of the water evaporated, and then the pan became home to a nest of spiders, like Mrs. Havisham's wedding cake. The only thing that was missing from the trailer for me was Jon Bernthal doing his signature Punisher catchphrase of charging at someone while going, I suppose he did do it a bit. But while I was doing that impersonation, someone heard it and poked their head around the door and was curious why I sounded like Sloth from the film The Goonies. Daredevil Born Again is set to be released around March the 4th, March the 5th of 2025, and from IMDb it seems that they may have lined up 2 9-episode series, and I maybe would have preferred more episodes than that. On Netflix, Daredevil used to be 13 episodes a series, and frankly I could go for 20 or more if they were good quality, but they seem to have most of the band back together, most of the original cast, including Jon Bernthal back as the Punisher, and I'm late to the party as usual. This caught my eye because other YouTubers seem to have liked this trailer a lot, so is it looking any good? And yes, I'm inclined to agree, this trailer makes the show look promising. This looks similar in content to the Netflix series that I liked, as in, it's darker than usual for Disney and the MCU, it's grittier, more violent. What are we getting? Well, action! We have a fight with Daredevil and someone right at the opening, we have Kingpin smashing someone, I'd maybe have been even more impressed with a longer action sequence at the start than the one they showed, a bit more like the action sequences they used to do at Netflix, a long action sequence taken in one shot, something more like this. That really would have signalled to me that they were staying true to what that series was, but what it instead shows appears to be just chaos. There are suddenly a lot of players in New York again, things are spiralling out of control to the extent that Daredevil is coming out of retirement to try to restore order. We have gang members in masks, apparently robbing a bank, we have Daredevil meeting Kingpin in a diner, and it's uncertain whose side Kingpin will be on in this series, probably his own. But his goals may align with Daredevil's for a while in trying to restore order to the city that it seems he's now a mayor of. We have Daredevil with Karen Page and Foggy Nelson, we have random street violence, we have the FBI agent Ben Poindexter who will probably become the villain Bullseye, he's currently in prison. We have a character that appears to be the Daredevil villain Muse, who's an artistic serial killer character. The Kingpin's back, the Punisher's back, I'm guessing to help Karen Page in some way. Maybe Muse will be the threat to her that causes the Punisher to have to return. We also have a new addition in the cast, Margarita Levieva, playing, as far as the press goes, Daredevil's love interest Heather Glenn from the comics, and I like her as an actress. I liked her quite a lot in the series The Blacklist. She was also in Star Wars The Acolyte, where they gave her absolutely nothing to work with. So yes, very intrigued with where all this is going. I suppose all of this is very much in line with what Netflix Daredevil was, having many groups and individuals fighting for control in the city. And I kind of love that guy. And I hope we get a Punisher series soon, because it's been frankly far too long. 6 years. 6 long years. And season 2 felt like they gave the Punisher one long escort mission where he had to babysit an annoying teenage girl. It seems that Bernthal didn't want to come back to do Daredevil unless they were going to do the character justice, and God bless him for that. He also wanted the actress Deborah Ann Voll back in the cast as Karen Page because he didn't think the Punisher story made sense without her character. And how do I feel about that? 1, I'm glad she's back. 2, That's more loyalty to a friend than I'd expect from someone in Hollywood. And 3, at this point I think I trust Jon Bernthal more with this series than I do Disney and Marvel. Because look at these guys. It always warms my cold, stony heart. And hold up a minute. The Kingpin's back. And he's Mayor of New York now. How the hell did that happen? In this series, Echo, I guess. How do you get exposed as a murderous mobster and then become Mayor of New York? I'm curious, but I'm sure as hell not watching the rest of Echo in order to find out. What the hell have Marvel done with poor Vincent D'Onofrio? They seem to be being harsher on this guy than Arlie Ermy was in Full Metal Jacket.
I'll bet you could suck a golf ball through a garden hose.
Seriously, he was in Hawkeye, where he got pistoled in the face from a foot away by his own adopted daughter. He's been repeatedly beat up. They've made it so obvious that he was coming back by having it all happen off camera. And oh boy do I love having plot vital things happen off camera. Of course, it is in no way bottom of the barrel and lazy. The Kingpin then turned up in Echo's series, the woman in that clip, and he had a patch over one eye, and Echo was bloody awful. It probably would have made my worst film of 2024 list if I hadn't bailed out after about 3 episodes, and now Kingpin's back again somehow, after being disgraced in Daredevil and sent to jail, and somehow now he's the mayor. Look, I'm giving you a chance here, Marvel. I've no idea why after the movie The Marvels, and Secret Invasion, and Echo, and Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, but I am. Maybe because I like Jon Bernthal and Charlie Cox. I like Deborah Ann Voll. I'll even tolerate the return of Foggy Nelson, but I'm warning you now, if at any point in this series, Kingpin utters the phrase that he's going to make New York great again, my fury is going to explode with a force of 1,000 suns, because I'm already getting haunting visions of D'Onofrio's once fearsome Kingpin coming out of a tower looking worryingly like a carrot in a bad wig, and his face is already back to normal somehow. How the hell do you fail to do someone in from that distance? Why did Echo only fire once if she wanted to do him in? I have no idea. How did she miss him from a range of about 12 inches? No idea. I thought she was supposed to be deaf, not blind.
If you only knew the power of one, the power of two, the power of many.